This is YouTube. Hi, I'm Avery. I'm an artist, and today's episode is brought to you by the letters DINO. Yes, we are painting dinosaurs. Take a look at my beautiful concept art. This was a nursery painting for my aunt's new baby, and it didn't start with that pun, but like when I think of a pun, I have to write it down like that. I did try something new with this one, which was priming my entire canvas with bright yellow. I'd learned from some professional artists recently that that's a good way to make your paint seem very lively and to make it so that any gaps that are left seem intentional and painterly rather than sloppy. You can also apply the same principle with other colors, like using hot pink would give like a really cool tone effect at the end. Here I am painting in the waves, and there's my cat Arrow. He loves to be involved. Oh, everybody pet him. Everybody pause. Pause and pet him. Come on. I know you guys can do it. There we go. Oh, he loves you guys. Look at that. What a good boy. But yeah, I went in on these waves. This was my first time really doing waves as a water effect rather than something like a brook or a stream. And honestly, my biggest problem with this painting was perfectionism, wanting to just go back and do the same perfectly good thing again and again. So, in the months that this was sitting in my home before I delivered it to my aunt and her baby, uh, I had to fight myself back from repainting the waves like a dozen times. I'm really happy with how they ended up coming out. I do think that when I do this concept again, that I'll be able to have more realistic looking waves because I'll know more about what order you should paint different things in. But for the time being, I think this is pretty fantastic. Here come clouds. I love doing clouds. They take too little time. I really need to do like a cloudscape or something. And then later on, I made these teeth wider so the dinosaur would be less scary and more appropriate for a nursery. Is this strictly necessary? No. But will it allow me to take an aesthetic shot of removing this tape later? Yes. Yes, I think it will. No, the tape was completely unnecessary, and as you will see in a minute, it did not peel off as one single piece, so it wasn't even aesthetic necessarily. But we do get to watch some paint peel in a little bit. In the meantime, let's talk about this effect. This is probably the thing that I am proudest of this whole painting. Is proudest a word? No. It's the thing I'm most proud of for this painting was getting this um, transparent inner tube to look really good. Now there's still a couple minutes of work that are going to go into this before you see the finished product. But I wasn't sure at all when I started doing this concept if blocking out a little half dinosaur body and then painting on top of it, I didn't know if it would look realistic, but it ended up looking incredibly realistic. And we'll wait until the very end for that payoff. All right, so this is the part where I stopped recording my further painting process, so we're gonna jump over to some paint peeling. Now, this is when I first started filming myself paint all the time, and I didn't know about clean audio yet, so unfortunately, I'm watching Community through this whole segment, and you cannot hear the paint peeling. And that's why it doesn't matter that I'm just like talking over this right now. Side note though, how do paint peels make you feel? I've heard all sorts of answers from my family members and friends, and I'm interested always to hear more. Anybody who's an avid watcher of my channel knows that I use these little flecks for different purposes in my work these days, but this is when I first started doing it, and the bottle is really empty, and it's very cute to see this. I've used these paint peelings to make things like paper dolls, confetti, how you say sprinkles. Yeah, like Mariah Elizabeth style. But anyway, jumping back, here we have the finished piece, and we're gonna just float around for a little while and look at all the little details. Got surfing velociraptor. This velociraptor actually changed entirely from when you see it briefly in the video. I love the new version. Look at how the inner tube looks. We'll be back, don't worry. We've got the two T-Rexes in the background. I kind of think of them as the parents, but like obviously two T-Rexes would not have made two Velociraptors. Maybe they're just like found family. Maybe they're just hanging out. But I really love how sweet I made them all look. It was very challenging to make sweet looking dinosaurs that were still cool. My aunt has both a 7-year-old and a new baby, so it was important for me to strike the difference between something that the 7-year-old would find appealing and not lame, and something that wouldn't be scary to be in a baby's room because, you know, babies are delicate. And I really think that I achieved that. Here's the inner tube. Look at that. I am so proud. I also love his face so much and his little hand gesture. I do sometimes think about if I should have put something on the surfboard, but I think that would have been way too busy. This is just the right amount of detail for this piece. The canvas is a 12-inch by 12-inch, I believe. So for the context of wall art, it's not a very big piece. It's huge for the scale that I usually work at, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that big. I am thinking about doing a bunch of other dinosaur paintings in this style in the future because this was a very fun experience. I'd be really interested to know what activities or hobbies you think a dinosaur would look funny participating in. If they should maybe go to a baseball game and have like hot dogs in the stands, or maybe they should go skiing, or I don't know, what if they did like an Easter egg hunt? That would be so ridiculous. If they did an Easter egg hunt, if dinosaurs did an Easter egg hunt, should they be hunting for like proportionally Easter eggs? As in, like the egg to them looks right how an egg would look to us if we were holding it? Or should the dinosaurs be hunting for dinosaur sized eggs for their Easter egg hunt? Both ideas are pretty funny, but maybe I'll put up a poll. You guys want to do a poll? I'll put up a poll and we'll see which of those ideas is funnier to everybody. But yeah, we're reaching the end of my footage. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It's really, really special for me to be doing a full-length YouTube video rather than a short. You might have noticed that this is all filmed in vertical and I just kind of had to crop it. So thank you so much for your patience. I don't have this painting with me anymore, so I can't just take new horizontal footage. But yeah, thank you so much. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all soon. Next video is a tour of all my existing work. Ah!